Welcome back guys, my name is Silent Core and this is episode 88 in my weekly countdown series. So last week was the top 5 explosive kills and this week I'm bringing back a top 10. This is going to be the top 10 most useless vehicles in GTA 5 online. So basically the vehicles I would recommend and never wasting your money on. Also my voice might sound a little bit weird in today's video. I'm actually recovering from that post E3 VidCon sickness, so bear with me on that one and let's get into the video. So up first at the number 10 spot is the Swift Deluxe. This helicopter was added with the Ill-Gotten's Gain update and is basically just the Swift helicopter except with some gold plating, a black stripe and a nice interior. However, this one will set you back 5.1 million from Elite's travel, and there's just so many other air vehicles available in GT Online. Ones that are just so much more useful than this one, you know, have weapons and guns for way less than even half the price of this one. You know, just over 5 million is just quite ridiculous for this helicopter. And just to take as a comparison, the Buzzard actually only costs 1.7 million, which is probably actually the most useful helicopter in the game because that one has weaponry and can spawn right next to you. So yeah, it just seems absolutely ridiculous to pay over 5 million for this vehicle, making it well deserved on this top 10 list. At the number 9 spot is the CARGOBOB. Now you might not necessarily agree with me depending on what type of player you are in GT Online, but this one costs around 1.8 million from Warstock Cash and Carry, and there was an update that actually made the CARGOBOB almost useless with regards to quite a lot of vehicles, so that your friends' Pegasus vehicles, buses, insurgents. For some reason the CARGOBOB can lift a tank, but not an insurgent. You'd think that the tank would be a lot heavier, but for some reason it's the other way around. And if you do try to lift any of your allies' vehicles, or even any of the CEO crate vehicles, basically the hook will just spark, it won't be able to do much with it. So yeah, for those reasons, I just had to put the CARGOBOB on this list. But do let me know in the comments if any of you guys do actually use this vehicle and what you use it for. Let me know in the comments, because I actually personally haven't touched this one in a very long time. At the number 8 spot is the BF Raptor, and this one was introduced relatively recently in the Bikers update and cost 650,000 from Legendary Motorsport. And oh boy, I think this one not only looks horrible, but it has to be one of the worst vehicles to drive in the game. It is a 2-seater, but it only has 3 wheels, just making corners super tricky. And also if you hit any bump or curb in the road, it's gonna send you into a bit of a spin, and there's just not many uses for this vehicle at all. At the number 7 spot are the Galaxy Super Yachts, and I wasn't actually sure if I should class these as a vehicle since you can't technically drive them. However, they are a boat, so I thought I'd add them in this list. And these were added with the Executives and Other Criminals update and can range between 6 to 8 million just for the base cost of the yacht, and then including customization for it, it can probably add up easily to over 10 million. Now I'll be honest with you guys, I did buy a yacht when they were on sale for 50% off. It was just too tempting. However, I don't really use it as much as I thought I would. It's essentially just a floating apartment way out in the water, and I haven't spawned on this in such a long time just because it's so far away from the mainland and there's not much uses. You can't really make much money from it, and it just sort of sits there, and for that reason it makes it a bit of a useless feature. Next up is the RHINO tank, and this one costs 1.5 million from Warstock Cash and Carry. And although I do like the tank, I've always kind of liked the tank in GTA games, they've always been quite fun. There's a reason why you never see people using them anymore in GT Online, and I guess it was nerfed quite early on in GT Online's lifespan to kind of balance out its play. However, it doesn't really make much sense for it to still be like this because other vehicles such as the Hydra can be way more damaging in the hands of a griefer. And although you are in a tank and you might think you're quite indestructible in there, you can be taken out quite easily by just a couple of sticky bombs, and quite frankly, just by police cars running into you, you'll quite quickly be taken out. So for that reason, this one makes it into my useless vehicles list. At the number 5 spot is none other than the Tug. This boat was added in Further Adventures of Finance and Felony update and costs a whopping 1.25 million. And this is definitely one of the most slowest vehicles in the whole of the game. And I mean, if you want to get a boat and get all your buddies on board, this could be a cheaper option than going for a luxury yacht. But I really can't think of any other uses for the Tug. I mean, I don't really know what you could possibly do with this in GT Online, so it gets a well-deserving spot into this list. Next up is the Titan. Now this is a huge military transport carrier that costs 2 million from Elite's travel. And previously at the start of GT Online, you could actually open up the back of the cargo, making for some fun moments in GT Online. You know, you could get a few friends in the back, you could do some funny stunts in the mid-air with this. However, since that's been patched, there's almost no reason to have this vehicle. There's no reason to use it, there's no reason to spawn this at all. And also, with a plane of this size, it's actually quite difficult to make this thing even spawn. I think we had to try quite a few times to actually just make this thing appear. At the number 3 spot is the KRAKEN submarine. This one costs 1.3 million from DOCTs and is actually a pretty good waste of money. It's basically a yellow submarine and only features one seat, so you can't even take a couple of your buddies in there. And unless you're kind of hiding from a bounty or something, there's no reason to actually use this thing. There are a few underwater Easter eggs in GTA 5 hidden deep beneath the water. However, you're probably better off doing these in single player and saving your precious GT Online dollars where they really matter. You know, you can get this once you've completed the single player campaign, so there's no reason to actually spend 1.3 million of your GT Online money on this thing. At the number 2 spot is the dump truck. This is basically an off-road dump truck that you can buy from Warstock Cash and Carry for a very hefty $1 million. And according to the wiki page, you can also find this for free at the Davis Quartz during the daytime, and you can just pick that up for free. You don't even have to buy it in advance. And as you can see, this thing is absolutely massive, and it's also extremely slow to drive. And I believe it can't even be stored, so you have to kind of spawn it in with Pegasus to have it spawned in a certain area to pick it up. And I'm not sure who in their right mind would actually want this vehicle. It's basically like driving a massive fridge. I mean, when you're driving this one, you can quite easily move vehicles out of your path, but it moves so slowly you'll never be able to kind of shake off the police, and yeah, there's not much point to this one really. Now you're probably wondering what could top all this and be the most useless vehicle in GT Online, and it has to be the LUXOR DELUXE. This one was introduced as part of the Ill-Gotten's Gain update with a price tag of, brace yourself, $10 million. We actually already have a LUXOR plane that costs around 1.6 million, so you're literally paying over $8 million for just some gold paint. And for that reason, this vehicle has to make it to my number 1 spot for most useless vehicle ever, because there's no reason to ever own this one. As you can see, I'm inside this one drinking some champers and smoking cigars, because that's always a good idea when you're on a plane, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the countdown. Let me know in the comments what your most useless vehicle in GT Online is. I'm interested if I missed out any completely useless vehicles that you guys think I should have included. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, it really helps support the series, and also subscribe so you don't miss it on the next countdown. I do one of these every single week. Have a great day guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Sick, I'm in Los Santos, dodging missiles, dodging bullets, coming at me now, tell me to pull it. I'm a G, DOA, silent core in GTA.